Hi, my name is Ashley, and I'm with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to get started off with telling me about your educational background and what brought you to Ohio.
Well, first of all, my name is Ariean Smith. I'm originally from Gary, Indiana. What really brought me to Ohio is Central State. Coming out of high school, I was a very good student in high school. I had a 3.5 in high school, but my number one aspiration coming out of high school was just to play football. And Central State was actually the first school that offered me a scholarship to come and play football. Now, it wasn't my dream school. It wasn't my first choice of schools. I originally wanted to go to FAMU and join my brother down there, but me changing my mind late, I wanted to do my own things and be my own person. So I decided to come to Ohio and pursue my life the way I wanted it to be, and not the way that everybody else thought it should be. So I've been at Central for about 4 years now. This is be my fourth year. I'll be a graduating senior this come May in 2017. I'm studying. I will be getting my bachelor's of science in criminal justice.
So, what brought you to the criminal justice field? Why are you interested in being a corrections officer?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say I am more interested in being a correctional officer. I think that's the opportunity that presented itself at the time, and it seemed like something that I might enjoy. So I thought I'd look into it and get the feel of it and just learn about the whole career. What brought me to criminal justice actually was I've always actually been interested in the criminal justice field. Not so much what they show on TV, like shows like Law and Order or Criminal Minds. Those shows are very good and interesting, but I've always just been interested in the criminal justice field. The way the world is today, I just feel like a step towards change might start with myself. So I'm a positive person. So if I can bring positive change to at least one person in a correctional field or in a county jail or a federal prison, then I feel like I've made a change. It might not be a dramatic change or a drastic change, but it's some type of positive change.
So, I would like for you to give me an example on maybe one time you had to take the initiative and go above the call of duty, above what you're expected to do, above what would considered to be in your job description.
Example of me going above and beyond. Let me think. To be honest, I've never really been put in a position or had an opportunity where it was needed of me, or just me taking a self initiative to go above and beyond. To be honest, so I really wouldn't have an answer for that question at this point.
So, tell me some of your strengths.
I'm very hardworking with new tasks. If once it's run over to me one or two times, I catch on very quickly. I can multitask. I'm a very good people person. I have very good communication skills. I'm very hands on. I'm never the type to lay back and sit back and watch others do things. I usually like to work in team with a team. Good with great teamwork.
So, how about your weaknesses? Most people can tell a person in an interview, oh, well, I can do this and I can do that, but what do you struggle with? What are things that you know you need to work on?
Again, with people, I'm good with people, but when people, there are certain people that you just can't work with. And some people, with their greatest strengths, they can put up with that. Me personally, I can't. I can't put up with people who are lazy or people who look towards other people to help them get over their hump while the next person is doing double work. I also struggle with little things very much irritate me, like little nagging things that most people would just let go. It irritates me.
So, are you willing to work long hours on a variety of different shifts? Because obviously, being a correctional officer, jails do not close. So that means sometimes you would maybe be required to work overnight, double shifts. Is that something you can see yourself doing in the long run?
Well, with this being a career choice, I can't see myself doing that because obviously this is a career choice that I made, so obviously it's one that I want. So whatever it takes to make to get my career and my life started and up off the ground, I will do that.
Are you familiar with with the jail environment? And when I ask you this, have you ever visited a jail before? Not saying as though you would be the offender, of course, but have you ever visited a jail or have you done your research? Do you know what being a correctional officer entails?
I'm very familiar with the jail environment. I have a few family members and multiple friends who are currently incarcerated in Indiana prisons and jails. Um, I've also sat down, had the opportunity to visit a jail and sit down and talk with inmates and catch their vibe of what they view the prison and jail life as from the prisoner. I mean, excuse me, from the inmate side instead of the correctional officer side, because there are two different sides that the way they are viewed.
Are you familiar with the requirements of being a correctional officer?
I'm familiar with a few requirements. I know that you have to be in good physical condition, because sometimes it may come to a point where your physical condition might have to come up with an inmate's physical condition, because with the inmates being locked up in there, they do tend to get riled up and heated up, and they take their only people they can take their frustration out on is either correctional officers or the other inmates. I know that correctional officers really are outnumbered in the prisons and jail industries, because for every one correctional officer there are 10 inmates. I'm also familiar with a little bit of how the process goes while correctional officers are on duty. They tend to do what they call it, unit checks. They just walk around and make sure nothing suspicious or illegal is taking place while the inmates are out of their cells or in their cells.
So why are you interested in Montgomery County Sheriff's Office as a whole? You could work at you could apply to any county, any state, obviously. Is Ohio somewhere you're trying to make your permanent residence? Is this a long-term thing that you're trying to accomplish?
I don't feel like Ohio will be the long term. I feel like Ohio will be the starter for me. Seeing Montgomery County is very local to where I currently reside at. Where I currently go to school at is more local. I feel like Montgomery County could be that starter that I need to get my career off the ground. But if it turns out to where I actually enjoy it and I enjoy the area that I'm in, living and working, then it can possibly turn into long term.
Well, I think that's all for today. Thank you so much, Ariean Smith.
All right, thank you.